And hey guys, welcome back to the channel, back with Midwest Express. So today we're talking about LLCs, bank accounts, and taxes. So I got this question from Greg Studdard, who says, John, do you set up an LLC? Do you have a separate bank account for your gig work? And how do you deal with filing your taxes? So if you're getting into gig work, it kind of depends on how deep down the rabbit hole you're going to go with gig work is my recommendations for you. So, and your future plan. So when I first started out getting into gig work, one of the ideas that I had was to either do like a courier or a medical courier service. And that was kind of why I picked my channel name, the Midwest Express, because I planned to do more of a courier aspect. So I did a lot of research on what an LLC is, which is a limited liability corporation, and why people get them. And a lot of it is to make yourself not liable for the business aspect. So if you get a lawsuit or whatever, they can't sue you personally, but they can sue your company. And it protects you as an employee of that company, vice just being an independent contractor. So I think that this plays a very vital part of finances and like building a business. And I think LLCs have a time and point for everyone. I'm not there myself because I do so many different gig apps. I like the flexibility and the ability to like jump between different things. And once you start getting identified as an LLC, it opens up some doors for like when you go to a bank to get financing. But on the flip side, your taxes can be a lot more in depth than just adding a 1099 onto your tax returns at the end of the year. So for me, I do my own taxes, and I do file with the 1099s. But you brought up another really interesting question was, do you have a separate bank account for your gig work? And honestly, I think this is the first step you need to do if you are going to be in gig work. Because if you are going to, like, I have a separate bank that I set up a checking, savings, and a credit card on with a different bank account, which I use completely for gig work. So all my fuel, everything, it makes it easier for me to track. It's not commingled with my personal expenses. So all my repairs, everything I'm spending in gig work goes into that separate account, and the credit card as well. So sometimes I need to charge things and I can see what's on there. And when I'm doing this too, I'm identifying, and it doesn't have to be a business account, just have it separate from your personal account. That's what I recommend doing, because if you commingle it at the end of the year, or if you go to get a loan later on, it can be more challenging because it makes, like for a home loan, it'll make the underwriter have to like weed through everything and kind of look at your expenses and whatnot, which you really don't need them to be in. Or if you were going to be purchasing a car, they need to show that you have revenue coming in to approve a loan for a new vehicle or whatnot, or a business loan. So you want to have that kind of separate. I think that it makes it a lot simpler, and then just pay yourself out of what you want. And as you grow and get more intense in the gig economy, and if you decide you're going to start your own business, it'll be so much easier to upgrade and branch off. That's just the way I look at it. Everybody has their own place at where they're at. But I think when you start out, the first step is open a separate banking, checking, savings, and a credit card account. Just separate for your gig work. And that will alleviate a lot of stress on you. I recently went for a loan, and the fact that I was able to pull up those accounts and have it separate than my personal banking account, where I'm showing, how I'm going out and spending money in restaurants and blah, blah, blah. The loan officers don't need to see all that aspect. They just need to see that you have steady revenue. And when you're going for loans, they're looking for revenue history. So making sure that you have documented proof that you have income coming in, because it is harder to get a loan as a gig worker because there is inconsistencies. It's like being an exotic dancer, and they go to a bank and say, I need a home loan. And the bank's going, well, what guarantees are you that you're going to make so much and whatnot? And you're getting older, and, certain things that there's risk with certain occupations. And showing a proven track record with your taxes and with your bank accounts will make it easier for a loan officer to approve you. So hopefully you guys get some value out of this. Make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll hit you on the next one.